Hey, what's up, guys? Ronin Man here. Hey, there was a day when beauty, what was beautiful, what was sexy to a man, was up to men to decide. So they would ask men, "Do you think I'm beautiful?" And they would ask men, "What do you think? Do you think this actress is beautiful, or do you think this is beautiful?" Blah blah blah. Back with Marilyn Monroe and all the actresses, and it would be like men would decide what they think is beautiful, and of course women decide what they think is handsome. But in today's society, you're not allowed to do that anymore. What you think is a man is not important. Society now has decided for you what is sexy, how long women can be sexy, what is real is all dictated to you now. If you disagree, you are at risk. If you don't agree with what society says, you are wrong, right? So I'm going to go, today this week actually, there's a bunch of articles on this one actress, right? And her name is Sofia Vergara, right? And so I saw these pictures, I saw this like barrage of like articles about this woman. And and I just smelled a rat. So I wanted to dig into this one. So let me dig into this one with you. Okay. I've just noticed recently, like more and more, what men think is sexy, what men think is pretty, is not important anymore. Now, society is deciding for you, and you're supposed to fucking fall in line, right? So here we have a woman. She's 45 years old, okay? So now, if you look at her face there, you know there's something wrong with this picture, because you go down the street and you look at 45-year-old woman, and you look at your wife, or you look at your mother, however old you are, and you probably don't see something that looks like what you're looking at there, right? So there's something fucked up about these pictures to start with. And I uncovered it all here, so I'll do it all. I did the work for you here. So I saw this article. Now, first thing I want to say is that this woman supposedly is posing nude, okay? That was the article I clicked on the Drudge Report was Sofia Vergara poses nude. Okay, but I'm so tired of this, because these days nude doesn't mean nude anymore. What does nude mean to you as a man? Nude to you and nude to me means pussy and tits and ass, right? You can see the pussy lips, you can see the clitoris, you can see the nipples. That's nude, right? And same with if a guy's gay, he's going to think that he can see the dude's dick, whatever. You can see the fucking genitals, right? That's nude. Anytime those aren't visible, it's not nude, okay? Especially if it's a picture, right? If it's somebody in your room, it's a little different, right? They might be covering up, but you're going to see it eventually, right? Because their hand's going to come down, right? But we're talking about pictures now. So that's the first complaint I got about this, is they're telling me that this is nude, and this is not nude. This is not in the buff. This is not nude. This is not risky. I mean, this is like she's posing for a professional photographer. But I started to wonder about this. I started to wonder how much of this is real. So I looked in the other articles. Let's go here. So I just want to tell you how bullshit this is. And this is what you're being fed as a man, this stuff, right? So Sofia Vergara poses naked, covering her, okay, as if they're natural, gigantic boobs, right? Okay, so she looks stunning. They're telling you how she looks. Now, she does look okay in these pictures, but how much of this is real? We're going to find out. Okay, so she shows off her stunning figure, right? And then she says she revealed her gigantic boobs. Okay, let's see here, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I've had them since I was 13. Okay, so she's had these boobs since she was 13, right? Blah, blah, blah. She doesn't like to work out. She's lazy, she says. Okay, fierce at 40. Okay, right. All right, so she's got a gym, blah, blah, blah. She's 45 years old. Okay, so she's complaining about getting older. Things are not as good as before. Blah, blah, blah. There's some dude some mangina who's hanging out with her. Okay, now let's go down here. Next article, Men's Health. The first global, naked issue where the actress opens up her life as a sex symbol after 40. Now, I don't think, personally, I'm sure everybody's got a different taste in life, but for me, I don't think it's possible for a woman to be a sex symbol after 40. And I don't mean that as a diss. I mean, it's not possible to be alive after 130, right? Some things are just not possible, right? Sex symbol after 40, I've never seen it. Maybe there's some unicorn out there, but this is not a normal thing. This is like, red flags should be going up like all over the place, right? What are they trying to tell you? What are they trying to make you think? How are they trying to make you be their little slave, right? That's what they're doing here. Okay, so she poses in the buff, blah, 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 same picture there. She, blah, blah, blah. It's not like before when it was just young girls. Now, young girls are what I find attractive, right? Not 45-year-old women. So, but she's saying like it's a great thing, right? It's not just young girls anymore. Blah, blah, blah. You're going to get, what does she say here? It's our reality. I'm changing. She's complaining, getting older. Blah, blah, blah. I think if you're obsessed with this, I want to look younger, you're going to go crazy. Okay, so she's basically saying like, don't worry about age. So there's really contradictory stuff. One is she's a sex symbol after 40. The next thing is that it's good that there's not just young women anymore. Now it's good there's old women. It's good to be an old woman. An old sex symbol is good now, apparently, right? She's saying she doesn't need six-pack abs, so she doesn't need anything. Basically, she gets in a bad mood when she works out, so she's lazy. Now, look at that picture. Is that a real picture? Is that a real face? We're going to find out. There's her gigantic boobs, that she's had these boobs since she was 13, right? Okay, that's what she says. Okay, so now let's pick this one apart. Okay, so now this is 2 years ago, so I started to think, I wonder how much of this is real. So I searched Sofia Vergara boob job. So we came up with this article. There's about 6 of them. I'll get a boob job before my breasts hit my knees. Okay, so she's going to get a boob job. It's 2 years ago. She's gonna get a busty figure as she continues to age. It's going to be really uncomfortable to walk with them hitting my knees. So she's worried because her boobs are sagging like crazy. Obviously, this is all, push-up bra and everything, right? So it's basically you're being told that whatever she presents to you is sexy. And whatever Hollywood puts on TV is supposed to be what you think is sexy. And you're supposed to believe it to be real. And I started to think, I wonder how much is true. So I searched for Sofia Vergara, no makeup. So you can do it yourself. You can search. There's what she really looks like in the left there. Okay. So there's her on a typical day. Now, I don't know how many years ago this was, but you're going to see in the next picture that this picture was a while ago. But here's the 2 pictures at that age. One of them is photoshopped on the right, and the other one is her in real life. And you can see that she looks a lot fatter. She's not even pretty on the left. I mean, she's very, 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 very normal. She just looks like a typical woman in the bookstore or walking down the street on the left. And then on the right, she's got these green eyes, and she's this stunning model, right? Okay, so you're supposed to believe it. So that's what she actually looks like. So there's a picture of her. Okay, now this is after she had a facelift, a nose job, rhinoplasty. You can see she did some kind of lip work there, and she didn't talk about that part, but you can tell on the picture. And she had a boob job. This is after all this stuff. She's 45 years old now. But look at the difference between the picture that they want you to look at, that one, and what she really looks like, that one. So, I mean, this is just total, like, how can they do this with a straight face? And what kind of idiot dude can possibly believe this is real? I mean, this woman, it's just like, I mean, it would be like if you took a homeless guy and you put him in like a nice suit or something, and you said he's like the richest guy in the world. But the dude, then he takes the suit off and he sits down starts drinking a bottle of Mad Dog 40 or something, right? And his teeth are kicked out and stuff, right? It's like the dude's not rich, right? This chick is not hot. I mean, this is what she looks like. If you lived with this woman, you're probably going to wake up to something even worse than this, because this is what she looks like, when she's on the set, right? But if you actually saw her in real life, it's going to be worse because she's got makeup on right here. So she actually looks worse than that. So guys, don't believe this shit. Don't believe that women can be sex symbols after 40. I mean, that's just a ridiculous. When you hear that, the first thing you got to think is that's just not possible. Like, come on, why are they trying to tell me that I have to think that? The reason why they're trying to tell you is because you are not allowed to have preferences anymore. What you have is a prejudice, okay? So if a man thinks a woman is pretty, okay, let's say a guy likes a certain type of women, that's a prejudice. I've actually read like 40 articles now on this, and whenever they describe a man's choices, it's a prejudice. So if a guy likes Asian women, he has a prejudice for Asian women. And if a guy doesn't like trans women, he has a prejudice against trans women, right? It's not a preference. Now, women, when they like something, that is a preference, okay? So get this straight now. Women have preferences and guys have prejudices, okay? So you're prejudiced because you don't think this is a sexy sex symbol, right? It's just insanity. It's so patently false. I'm just so tired of it. This woman here, I mean, if you just go to any college campus, you're going to see like hundreds of women that are prettier than her. Hundreds. And I mean, look, I'm not out here to say anything bad about her. It's the thing is that this is not about her. She is portraying herself, absolutely lying her ass off. She had a boob job. She admitted she had a boob job. She was going to have a boob job. She had a boob job. And now and she had a facelift, and she had a nose job, and she had a lip job, and this is what she looks like. I mean, this is the best she can do at 45, right? I mean, this is ridiculous. And this woman here, I mean, she tries to come to my house. I'm not letting her in the fucking place. I don't care what the fuck she says. I don't want her in my house. I don't even need. As far as sex, I have no need for this. This is something to be avoided. It's like it's just trouble, just trouble waiting to happen. I mean, if you married this thing, and she gets older and she has a kid, there might be some kind of circumstances where you would care about her, right? I'm not saying you can't care about her, but I'm saying as a sex symbol, that's just completely fucking bullshit, right? That's just. You might care about her, right? Your mother. You care about your mother. You care about your sister. You care about your friends. But that doesn't mean you think they're sex symbols, right? It's another thing, right? Don't confuse caring about people and a sex symbol. These are totally different things. Just like thinking a guy is a cool guy and then having money is a completely different thing, right? If the guy doesn't have any money, he doesn't have any money, right? And if the chick is getting old and looks like shit, then that's just a fact, right? You can't. There's nothing. It's when you start lying and saying that you've had these boobs since you're 13 and you actually had a boob job because they were coming down to your knees. I mean, like, that is just the height of fucking hypocrisy and lies. And the media supports this stuff and they push this stuff on you. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's really unbelievable. And when you get married, this is unfortunately what you're going to have in a few years. Most guys are getting married women are getting married in their 30s. So she's only a few years away from looking like this right here. So, I think, you really have to, when it comes to marriage, you got to really think about it. Like, do you want to wake up next to this? And this right here is one of the more beautiful women, right? And it's after she had surgery too. So, I mean, and it's also when she's all done up, right? So, I mean, obviously not looking so hot, right? All right. So here, let's see, what else did I see today? This chick here, she's known as the biggest gold digger, and I'm going to put the link below. I love this video. You should definitely watch this video. Why it's so fucking awesome is that you can see what wet marriages are in 6 minutes and 20 seconds. It's very short. It's very, very short. And what they do is they go down to the, what's that called? The justice of the peace. And they get married. And you can see it's just it's so fake and so bullshit. You can really see what I like about this wedding is that you can actually, it all happens in 6 minutes. So you, like, for example, if you're in a wedding and there's like hundreds of people and there's Rolls Royces outside and there's flowers and food and dresses and everything's there, you can start to get, it can trick you into thinking something else is happening. But in a 6-minute video, you can actually see what is marriage. And at the end of this video, she's already berating the guy. I mean, she berates him from the very beginning. She's, you watch the video. It's just like, it's absolutely pathetic. And not only that, this chick is 20 years old. And this picture here basically tells you what she looks like, which is not so good in my mind. I personally have no interest in this woman, and she's 20. And wait till she's 45. If this pretty one looks like that at 45, just wait till this 20-year-old Russian chick, what she looks like when she's 45. Oh my God, it's going to be bad. Okay, so let's talk about some other stuff here. Here's a woman. She died. Unfortunately, she died. She fell off a mountain. Right now, this is hilarious to me because, I don't know the woman, so rest in peace and all that. But she passed away, and her body's going to be left on the mountain because they couldn't save her. Right, so she fell down this crevice. And it's too difficult. They tried everything to get the body. A bunch of guys, I'm sure, were trying to save her body, but they couldn't do it because of the weather, right? And she fell, rappelling. She fell several hundred feet, so obviously she didn't, no chance of survival there. But this is a typical situation where you've got these women who are so convinced that they can do anything, right? Like you read the movies now, and you can do anything. This woman, she spent her career telling women that they can do what they want. I read a bunch of articles about her, and she's basically trying to tell people you can do what you want. Women go out and try these things, but all she does is die, and she basically causes a bunch of other guys trying to help her to almost die to save her, and then they had to leave her on the mountain, and they're going to have to, I'm sure they're taking helicopters. And here you go. She inspired and encouraged female climbers, taught classes, and volunteered at the Wise family-oriented climbing hours. So she convinced girls to climb in places they can't. It's not safe for them. And then she dies herself, and they're still making her into a hero. Actually, she was not a good climber. She was not careful, and she died. And she caused a lot of trouble for a bunch of people, and her body's still up on the mountain, but she's still being portrayed as a hero to young women, and it's just very sad because this is the kind of thing that women believe, that they can do anything, and you don't really have to try that hard. You don't have to practice. You don't have to get into great shape. Look at her arm there on the left. It's just a flabby arm, right? She's like a typical woman. She's like she came out of Starbucks and then she climbed this mountain. Well, she died is not that surprising, right? Because it's not that easy. If you look at most male climbers, they're like in killer shape, right? And they spend a lot of time thinking about stuff, and they usually don't fall hundreds of meters and die. And they don't encourage other guys to go do that. And if they do, people call them an idiot, right? That's what you would do. You would call, if this is a guy, you'd call him a freaking idiot. You're like, this knucklehead took unnecessary risks, didn't have the discipline to practice, to prepare, and then he died, and he caused a lot of trouble to a lot of other people, and now his body's still up there like an idiot up on the mountain, and he would be laughed out of the room, right? But if it's a woman, then all of a sudden it's okay, I guess. Okay, so here we go. Here's the last one here. A woman sends unsolicited pictures of her vagina. So this is a typical woman. She basically was very, very upset about guys sending her pictures of their penis, right? So she was tired of it. Too many guys were sending a picture of penis, and she was getting all pissed off at the guys, and she was, she was unhappy about all this stuff. So she finally decided she's going to get her revenge. Like, guys are treating her like shit, right? So she's going to treat guys like shit, right? So she's going to send pictures of her vagina to guys, and let's see what happens here. Okay, so she sent, here's a very hot, she sent her vagina. Wow, that's a photo. I would like to lick that. Best girl I've matched on Bumble so far. I bet the rest of you looks good. You make me blush. Do you girls use in vagina pics? Blah, blah, blah. Hello, pretty lady. Happy smile. What are your plans this weekend? Let's see here. They're both there. Basically, all the guys are super nice. Yeah, my tongue needs to be there. You have the perfect vajayjay. I want to meet. Blah, blah, blah. Sends a picture. Hi, handsome, hot mama. Sends a picture. Yummy. Is that for me? Blah, blah, blah. How's it going? Great. Nice. Let's catch up sometime. What's your number? So basically, all the guys were like super nice when she sent the picture. So she was trying to prove. Okay, so let's just turn this around. So guys were sending dick pics to her, and she took it as like a human rights violation. It's really bad. Like they can't believe that the guys would do this terrible, terrible thing and really treat her terrible. So she said, I'm going to do the same thing to guys. I'm going to treat them just as bad as they treat me and see how they like it. Right? I'm going to see, what they think about this. Well, every single guy, as you can see, was super nice. Nice, let's catch up sometime. What's your number? Right? Yummy, is that for me? Hot mama. Yeah, it's basically every guy was like super nice, and they were like, hey, let's meet up. So she didn't really prove anything except for the fact that she was prejudiced against guys, and she read a lot of bad things into them. Now this guy was pretty smart. He goes, what's up? And then she sends a picture of her pussy. He says, lightning is a little off. Everyone's a critic, right? That guy was pretty smooth, right? Hi, handsome, blah, blah, blah. Awesome. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. What do you do in LA? So, again, nice. Guys were nice. You took my productivity at the office to 0. Heart, happy face. My entire attention is shifted to you, and I'm about to something that I'm about to explode. Blah, blah, blah. He's going to tell her what he's going to do for her. He's going to do this. So basically, men and women are fundamentally, everybody says women are fundamentally different. I think that women read at every opportunity. There is differences in men and women, and instead of trying to understand men, feminists are reading the absolute worst thing they can into men. And when they try to prove it, it just doesn't work. I mean, men and women are fundamentally different when it comes to visual stimulation. That's the main lesson here, is that men are different. And after she sent this picture, which by the way wasn't even her own vagina, so she was lying about it. And I've talked about in the pussy episode, finding the perfect pussy, is that the vagina matters a lot. So her sending some other girl's vagina is really like lame. I mean, it's really lame, because if you met up with her, and she didn't have a cute one like the one she sent, that's like very misleading. It would be like if a guy sent porn star's dick or something. It's like, okay, what does that mean? That's an insecure guy, right? Same thing with this woman, right? She can't even send her own vagina pics, right? So, again, trying to prove how bad guys are, actually prove that guys are pretty cool and pretty nice. And there's no learning here. The only thing they said in this article was basically said that she feels empowered. So she feels empowered, and she now realizes that a lot of guys want to meet her. She didn't learn what she needed to learn. She didn't learn that actually guys are cool. The guys are pretty cool. She didn't learn that guys are visual creatures. She really didn't learn anything about women. She just learned about herself. She said, oh, I'm now very empowered because guys want to meet me. So she probably has the exact same thoughts in her mind, and any woman who would read this has the same thought about the guys, is that your guys are bad, and they are just trying to put down women. It's just insane. It's insane. And I just hope that this is one of the reasons why I don't date in the West, because I'm just so tired of women not being able to see guys for what they are, or even try to understand guys. Like, how about just trying to understand, It's like, man, like, I don't know, man. What do you guys think about this? What do you guys think? So we got the fake beauty here. We got the gold digger there, and we got the flyer off the mountain there who caused a lot of trouble for people. And then now we have the woman trying to prove the guys are bad. But what we actually find out is that guys are pretty nice, right? So this is the mainstream media. These are the messages you're getting. These are what they're teaching you about yourself. This is why MGTOW is so great, is that you actually can hear different perspectives, from a guy's perspective. And it's important, because if you want to have a relationship, if you're a woman watching this video and you want to have a relationship with a man, it's important to start to think of what men are like as a human being. What do we like? What do we think is attractive? Why do we send those pictures? Maybe we don't send pictures like that to demean you. Maybe we send pictures like that because we think that's what you would like, because that's what we like, right? I mean, this would be like a dream. You send your penis and she sends her vagina. The guy would be like, oh, that's awesome. This is so cool. What a cool chick, right? What an awesome chick, right? You don't think, you wouldn't think bad things, but so if you're a girl, I hope there's some lights starting to come on here about what guys really are like, and stop with the hatred. So thanks for watching, guys, and hope you guys have a good day. I'm off, I'm in my new place right now. I just had a little party here. My friends just went home and just ready to hit the sack. And thanks for watching.